Hello, I hope you are doing well. My name is Jacqueline Vino from Galasso Learning Solutions, and welcome to the Genuine Learning blog, your source for all updates in the accounting profession. Today, we are going to discuss something really interesting that happened recently, which is a peer review proposal impacting firms with private equity backings and also other alternative practice structures. So just to give you some background information here, under the AICPA's peer review program, firms that are enrolled are reviewed every 3 years, and this process is just designed to provide us with reasonable assurance that they are adhering to the AICPA standards and other professional standards in the work that they do. And they also have robust quality systems in place. Firms are either rated with a wonderful pass, which is great. They can also pass with deficiencies, or they can fail. And a primary emphasis of the peer review program is to really focus on detecting those deficiencies and having those remediation processes in place for some of the problem areas. So what we are going to discuss today are just some of the changes that we can expect to the peer review's administrative process in particular. So let's go ahead and dive on in. As we can see here, the formal name of this is a bit of a mouthful, but this is the Proposed Peer Review Standards Update Number 3, Modernizing Peer Review Administrative Requirements. And this was issued by the AICPA's Peer Review Board on September 10th of this year, so pretty recently. And they are also seeking public comment on some changes to the peer review program that would basically centralize the administration of peer reviews for firms that are operating under these alternative practice structures, including those with private equity investments. So at this point, they are still seeking public comment. This is not a finalized update. I do want to point that out and be specific. But the million-dollar question here is, why did the peer review board decide to take on this project and issue this proposal? Well, they are really trying hard to modernize the peer review administrative requirements and ensure that peer reviewers have the appropriate experience to really try to navigate today's very complex regulatory environment and also the practice environment. They're also trying to enhance consistency and quality in the peer reviews that are performed. And we have lots of other trends. We're having the rise of private equity, the rise of different alternative practice structures, and we also have increased PCAOB oversight as well. So all of these factors were taken into consideration when writing this proposal. What are some of the changes that we can expect to see in this proposal? Well, first and foremost, the amendment here would require firms operating under those non-traditional business models, such as private equity and other types of alternative practice structures, to have their peer reviews administered by the AICPA's National Peer Review Committee. So we're going to do that as opposed to using one of the 23 state administering entities. So we have to go through the AICPA's National Peer Review Committee. Now, this update is really designed to try to promote consistency of how the peer reviews are conducted and evaluated as the profession is really trying to adjust to new operating structures. This is going to be a critical factor in promoting the quality and also protecting the public. So let's just discuss the impact of this a little bit more. So what is the primary impact here? This is going to grant the peer review board the discretion to really require certain peer reviews be administered by the National Peer Review Committee. Now, just to tell you a little bit about this committee here, the National Peer Review Committee is a panel of about 15 to 17 practitioners, and they have very broad national experience and expertise. So that's kind of the considerations there. Now, I also thought it was a good idea here to include a direct quote from Susan Coffey from the AICPA. I actually had the wonderful opportunity to listen to her speak at the AICPA's Engage conferences the past 2 years in Las Vegas, and she is just a fantastic public speaker. If you ever get the opportunity to listen to her present, it is definitely a great experience to be in her audience. But basically what she is saying here with this quote is, obviously, these new structures, they are creating different risks, and we have to try to navigate those risks. So by having these peer reviews be administered by the National Peer Review Committee, hopefully that is going to really help us assure that the appropriate and consistent degree of oversight of these alternative practice structures with audit practices are going to be consistent over the next couple of years as more firms are starting to take on these private equity investments. Now, aside from that and the administration of everything, what is another update that we can expect that's in this proposal? So the proposed standards update also includes changes to the qualifications for peer reviewers of firms that perform or assist in engagements under PCAOB standards. So again, why do we have this change? Why was this something that was necessary? This change is really designed just to ensure that practitioners who have that deeper familiarity with the PCAOB standards are the ones that are assigned to those review teams. So once again, the main goal here is to just have a result of higher quality when it comes to these peer reviews. So when is the effective date of this proposed revision? So if this is approved by the board as final, it will be effective for peer reviews with years ending on or after December 31st of 2025. So definitely coming up. We will be here before we know it. And if you are interested in commenting on this proposal, the comment deadline is coming up very quickly. We literally just have 2 days left. It is October 25th of this year. Now, I also wanted to do a very quick shout out for our upcoming audit staff level training cohorts. We actually just finalized our schedule at GLS for 2026, which is very exciting for us. So if you are watching this blog and you are maybe a manager or a senior manager or a partner and you're considering some training for your staff, I would highly recommend these cohorts. Each level that you see here is 16 credits of CPE. It's also super interactive. We have a really great variety of audit topics that we also provide. They're also very highly rated by attendees. We have a pretty much near perfect net promoter score, and we are just very, very proud of this product. So if you are interested in learning more about our level training cohorts, we actually included a QR code on this slide here for you to just easily scan. And that is all we have for today's blog, folks. If you are also still in need of additional CPE credits by the end of this year, we also included another QR code for you here. We have lots of different courses on various topics, whether it's accounting, auditing, government, and nonprofit, A&A topics as well, if you need to fulfill your Yellow Book CPE requirements, as well as professional development and leadership and audit staff training. So in addition to our live courses that we provide, we also have recorded webinars, and we also are on LC Vista for our on-demand training. So once again, if you are interested, feel free to just scan the QR code there. But once again, thank you guys so much for tuning in today. My name is Jacqueline from Golosso Learning Solutions, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you so much.